Hey, Sam here, Move Well Philly, and I'm going to show you one of the most useful things that I know of, okay, for physical stuff. We're going to use our wrists as an example, but you can do this on literally any joint that you have and using any block that you can. But this way I can use my hand as a block really easily, okay? The first thing we're going to do is hunt down anything that feels weird, anything that feels like a stretch, okay? If you feel something weird or you feel pain, we're going to make sure we do all of the work in a range of motion that you don't actually feel discomfort in, right? And if you feel just a stretch, we can just back off of it a little bit too. So here's an example, okay? Let's say you find that when you go into a little bit of flexion with a little bit of a twist thing, you get a stretch here, okay? Now, this is really, really specific, right? But it is because your body is really specific to you. So don't just do what I say. Don't just go flexion, extension, all this stuff. You find whatever weird combination of motion, you know, with one finger up and over here, this is where I feel a thing, okay? Let's say you feel a stretch, or let's say you feel pain, okay? You're gonna back off of it a little bit so that you don't feel that engagement anymore. All right, and now let's visualize the direction that I'm pushing, okay? So if I could throw an arrow through my hand here, I'm gonna make a straight line in the direction that I'm pulling. So I'm pulling sort of this way down and in, and I'm going to imagine that that line extends behind it as well, so it's a straight shot through. I want to create pressure in exactly the opposite direction of where I made myself feel tension, okay? So I made myself feel tension going flexion and rotation this way, which means I'm going to go extension and rotation away. So it's just I'm putting it in reverse. I'm rewinding it here, okay? So let's say I found my thing here. I'm gonna back off until I don't feel a thing anymore. I'm going to create a block on the opposite way, and then I'm going to match where I felt that pressure. So again, I'm thinking about my direction here. I'm pushing, I'm pushing, I'm pushing, and I'm just gonna hold an isometric tension here, pushing my hand, this one, the one I'm working on, into the other hand, which is acting as a block. If you did feel pain and you back off of it to make sure you're in a pain-free range, you'll do that for a really light amount of pressure to start with. If it was just a stretch, you could go kind of moderate tension. I wouldn't go much more than 50% though. But play. It's up to you to try stuff. And then you're gonna relax out of it. I'm gonna do that a couple of times. So let's say that I repeat, and I relax, and do it like 3 times, just in that same spot. Just relax, press, okay? Then I go back to testing it. Okay, it feels better, right? Now, what you may find, a couple of things. If you feel that, let's say that the tension was right here, okay? And once you do your isometric holds there, you feel it, you still feel it, but it's in a different spot, wherever that spot may be. If there's change, but nothing feels worse, that's good, okay? Worse, bad, especially in the same spot. If there's a change or a shift, that is a sign that you're doing something on the right track, okay? So for example, like if I'm trying to find a stretch in my wrist, but I can't because my forearm's so tight here, I have to clear that thing up first so that I can get to the other thing. So essentially what you've done is clear out the one area so that you can get to feeling stress in another area, okay? So it's like you're clearing out a city block and you clear out half of it and then you still have trash or whatever on this side and you go, oh man, but there's still trash. Yeah, but you cleared off all this stuff so that you could reach the other stuff, okay? So then you do it again. Okay, so now I have a new angle. Now it's like this. So again, I'm thinking about my arrow, right? It's going straight through. If I'm pulling in this way, my angle is coming down to create the stretch. I'm gonna go up to create it. So I go here. I made sure I backed off so I don't really feel it much. I press into the thing and I hold. I match my tension. Again, if it's pain, I go lighter. If it's okay, I can go strong. Now, if you don't feel strong here, I would still back off a little bit and get into a range that you feel stronger so that you can hold the tension for a longer amount of time. Or just go lighter, okay? More lightly. Anyway, so hold that for, I don't know, anywhere from 10 to 45 seconds or longer. It's up to you. And then relax, and then you do it again. You repeat. I like to repeat at least 2 or 3 times to start, but trust yourself, okay? Crazy idea, I know. All right, from there, I'm gonna retest. Okay, now if it moves again, you adjust to the new thing until at the end you're just chasing down stress spots until it feels better. Okay, keep the tension light enough so that it does. You can do this with your neck where you push here. Okay, so if I feel a stretch this way, I back off a little bit, okay, and then I push the other direction. And then I try it again, and I do that again, okay? Maybe I felt it on this side. I feel the stretch this way. I push into it, okay, opposite direction, and then I test it again. I do it with my knee. I had a client doing it with an ankle this morning. We just kept chasing different angles where the foot was at different ranges, and we were going one weird angle here, then pressing back out, all that stuff. If this doesn't make sense to you, then I apologize, and I will be happy to work with you to help figure it out. But I hope that it does, and that you can just go chasing around stress stuff in your joints and try to make them feel better. So you back off, find the thing, back off, lightly load it in the opposite direction of where you felt the thing. Hold that for repetition, rest in between, don't really move, I prefer that. Test it again. Did it feel better? Did it feel worse? Stop. Did it feel better? Okay, where do you feel it now? I don't really feel anything. Congratulations, you just freed up your joint, okay? I hope that you like that. If you have any questions, feel free to email me at samantha@movewellphilly.com, and come join me at my retreats with Fowler Worthington, June 23rd to 26th. I will be teaching you everything that I know that applies to you right now.